Thank you so much for joining me for the Confident Sober Women Facebook group live today. I'm going to be talking to you about reclaiming your health in recovery because for most of us, while we were in active addiction, we weren't really taking care of ourselves. And even if you were taking care of yourself in some ways, like maybe you were eating healthy or you like to exercise, like me, there's definitely elements of your life and lifestyle that were not really pictures of health, right? So most of us, now that you've been sober for a little while, it's time for you to take control of your physical and your mental health, right? Because the fog starts to lift after you start staying sober for a little while, usually close to like 6 months to a year, and then obviously well beyond that, you start to clear up a little. And then many of us realize that the physical health has been lacking. We've done a little bit of damage to all of our parts, our insides, our hair, skin, nails. We might have some disease systems that we're dealing with, symptoms. We might be on several medications and have several diagnoses. You might be carrying some extra weight or just really generally lacking in physical fitness. So, addiction really does a number on your health. And even if you've been sober for a while, the stress and overwhelm of life, like we talked about all of January, is hard on our health. It really takes a toll. So, the main point I want to drive home today, and the leading force as we move forward in this month of February, for a full month, all focused on physical and mental health, is that there is a direct correlation between what we put in and on our bodies and our mental health. Okay? So, what we eat, what we drink, wear, what we put on our skin, on our hair, even what we clean our houses with affects your mood, your hormone structure, and ultimately your internal peace and serenity. So there's a direct link between consuming processed sugar, for example, and depression. This has been proven. Studies have shown that overconsumption of sugar leads to imbalances of brain chemicals, and then these chemicals affect your mood and things like depression and anxiety. So this is going to be threaded throughout this entire month of February as we really dive into the physical health elements of emotional sobriety, right? This concept of sugar I'm going to drive home a lot because it's a huge destroyer of health and also mental wellness. So I'm going to be bringing it up a lot, right? Because I hear from you guys a lot. I hear from you that you struggle with cravings, that you can't put the sugar down, that even when you really are focused on it, it still comes back. So in the Confident Sober Women podcast tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be sharing with you a workshop I did with a woman named Colleen Cashman. She is a woman in long-term sobriety, and she is a specialist in nutrition and specifically around sugar. So we did a little workshop together in back, I think it was this summer or maybe last year, on sugar and cravings and the impact it has on these areas. So you can check that episode out tomorrow on the Confident Sober Women podcast. So, what we consume and use on our bodies also affects our sleep and any disease system that you're struggling with. For example, if you have certain immune diseases, consuming inflammatory foods like dairy products and sugar are a huge no-no because dairy is heavily linked to increasing inflammation in the body. So if you don't get quality sleep also, for example, your brain can't recover from your daily life and you will struggle with managing your emotions and feeling exhausted all the time and less alert. You might even struggle with depression just from lack of good quality sleep. We're going to talk a lot about sleep in a couple weeks, but it's going to be something you hear about a lot this month because it is that important. It's not just about food and drink, but it's also what you put on your skin and on your hair. And like I mentioned before, what you even clean your house with. Everything that we use can be absorbed into our bodies and has an impact either positively or negatively on our systems and then therefore our health and mental health. A couple years ago, I did a 5-day detox your home challenge, and I went through every room in my house to show how simple it is to make some big changes that decrease the toxic load in your body and improves health. If any of you guys are interested in that, I'm happy to share the link. I have it in a playlist on YouTube. But it's really valuable because we sometimes overcomplicate things, or we think things are much more difficult than they are. And I wanted to share that cleaning up our homes in order to clean up our health is not that hard. I hope you're seeing this direct correlation by now. So the choices that you make with your food, your drink, and your beauty products uh, correlate directly with your physical and mental health. I really cannot say this enough, because wellness means all of our parts. It means your body is functioning at optimum levels and the way it was literally designed to function. Our bodies were created to heal themselves. However, we tend to just kind of muck it all up with things that we put in our bodies, even with dirty air and water. It messes up all of the system. So we can't control all of the things, but there is a lot that we can control, and that's what I want to focus on this month. A huge part of emotional sobriety is learning how to take care of yourself in all of these ways. And I want you to be doing that, especially with food and things you consume, while living in a land that makes it very challenging. Okay, that's why I'm here though, and the group is here, and you have lots of support as we walk through this journey together and break this down into smaller, much more manageable pieces so you can point yourself in the right direction. If you guys are ready now to dive into the work and see massive transformation, like if you're hearing this and you're like, yes, sign me up, I'm ready, the Sober Freedom Transformation is for you. That would be your next step. It's an opportunity to get one-on-one time with me for 8 straight weeks. And you also get access to the entire coursework of the Sober Freedom Transformation that talks all about emotional sobriety and the simple, practical tools that we need to put into place in order to live well and love our lives beyond recovery. If you're ready for that, just let me know. You can leave a comment below or send me a DM, and I will share more information with you about that. Be with me on Wednesday because I'm going to be live here to give you 5 ways to reclaim your health today. Things that you can practically put into place right now today that are going to make a big difference in reclaiming your health in recovery. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.